Well, it was always going to be a challenging afternoon, Mark, but let's get straight to the key talking point of the game, the sending off for Lloyd Jones. It looked very harsh, changed the complexion of the game completely, really.
Yeah, it just didn't give us a chance, really. It just didn't give us a chance to get going. In the early part, you're trying to work each other out, and you saw what they were doing, and we were hoping to get to grips with it. There was a slight injury moment that slowed things down, gave us a chance to talk, and then the moment that we don't defend a forward pass so well, but in the end it's a fairly simple situation. Lloyd's going to try and judge the flight of the ball. The striker cuts across his body, across his path, and he gets sent off for preventing an obvious goal scoring opportunity. I'm not sure how obvious it is because he didn't have control of the ball. He'd gone past the ball, does well, clever, gets his body in the way, so I think it's a foul, if anything a clumsy one, but I think it's harsh. I think it's really harsh to be a red card, and then when it's backed up with a penalty straight away, you just know how tough the game's going to be from that point. And it made for a really tricky afternoon, even though there was a spell in the first half where we're okay, we're in the game despite being a number of chances on our goal, but you just know over the course of the day that they're not going to go anywhere, and on a big pitch they're going to give us the runaround. So it was a horrible afternoon for our lads.
Yeah, it's obviously such a big decision for the referee to get either right or wrong. I think he did get it wrong, I think everyone agrees with that, but it must infuriate you because you do so much work in the build-up to games and it's just thrown it all out the window so early on, 11, 12 minutes in.
It just becomes such a long game for everybody, and our supporters were great today. The atmosphere was incredible in a single game, but it weren't great for them to watch, so fair play to them, and to the players as well. I mean, we've had some really tricky, tough games recently. They've had to give so much to them, and that's a demoralising one as the game goes on. You see it, you see the body language a little bit, you just become really frustrated because one or two little half decisions, even the fourth goal was a handball right in front of us on the halfway line that, of course, we can stop the cross and defend those moments, but you don't seem to get those ones. So tricky, tough for us to take, really frustrating. We've had some unbelievable away days this year, but today wasn't one of them.
Yeah, Lloyd himself probably furious as well. Have you had a chance to have a chat with him?
I haven't really. I mean, he is frustrated, of course, and everybody is, because they're not nice games when you get in such a test against these teams, and they have so many chances. But look, we stuck at it. We had a go. We obviously lost the ability to really go and create too many chances, and you're always caught between. There's so many ways you could go with the game, with substitutions or changes, and unfortunately one of them days where probably whatever we did wouldn't have worked, because we've come up against a team that are chasing what they're chasing, got some top players, and we just couldn't control them.
Yeah, second goal, a bit of a freak goal as well, just catching Dimmy out. Nice to see Paul Digby on the score sheet and adding goals to his game.
Yeah, I thought his goal was good actually. I thought it was a good counter-attacking situation. You're going to get a couple of those throughout the game, first half or second half, and you've got to. I said to the boys at half time, I mean, you've got to be clinical when you play the top teams. You've got to be super clinical today, because you might not get hardly anything in the second half. That's the nature of it, really, how tough that can be to create a chance, create a moment. Second goal is frustrating because he's obviously trying to pick a cross out of the back post and he's turned it inside the corner, so a corner against us at the Abbey and a wide free kick in swinging against us here. So yeah, frustrating, but they certainly deserve their win. Look, they played brilliantly, and it was a tough afternoon for us.
Yeah, very difficult all round really, and probably difficult for yourself in terms of getting the right messages across at half time. What were the key notes for the players? I
mean, there's so many ways you can go with that. Keep a back four, but if we keep a back four like we did in the first half, they had so many entries into the box. We've had to make saves, we've had to make blocks, they've had different chances on goal they might have scored from, so you then want to go to a 5, but you're leaving yourself a bit lighter in the middle. You're trying something against a top team you've never done before. Almost we had the wrong player sent off, because losing a centre half, we haven't got another one in the team. You lose an attacking threat with Brophy going back there. You've got probably 3 strikers on the pitch then, and you can't keep those, so the choice was Sam to begin with, and then Nibsy after that. I mean, I could have done a million things today and they probably would have all been wrong, so really tricky game for everybody, and the game makes us look a bit silly really, which is a bit harsh on us, because I thought we deserved to be closer than that, and we felt we could come in today and have a good game at it, but obviously that early turning point is a major one in the game.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, you know, as a head coach, want to try different formations, try out different things, and obviously you went with the 3 at the back with the wing backs, and you know they did okay, but you wouldn't have wanted to trial that different formation under these circumstances.
No, not at all. No, you want to try and be as well oiled as you can and go with what you know, but you've got to try things, haven't you, and see if you can create something. But in the end, we didn't do enough to stop wide players crossing the ball in, and Gooch was outstanding from the right hand side, and Stewart in the middle of the goal was brilliant in the middle of the box, brilliant. So look, they're top players at the level, and you know we have to be at our best and need everything to go for us in order to compete in them. We've seen that has happened at times this year, and we've seen the days it hasn't. Today's one that hasn't because of those little moments that go against us. But I think the run of games that we've had has tested us massively. We wanted one shock result out of the last 3 away games, and we got 2. We didn't want today to end like that, but it shouldn't put a dampener too much on what we've done. I think we've had a remarkable season. Some of the results we've picked up along the way are incredible, and you know the difference between the top half and bottom half of the league is vast. But on our day, we can turn in a good result and a good performance. It just wasn't to be for us this afternoon.
Yeah, I guess that's the important message to get across. Although this afternoon is a bit disappointing overall from start to finish. Your side have been very resolute, very well organised, very disciplined away from home, and the good days will certainly outweigh the bad ones.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the message needs to go to anyone. The reason why our supporters cheer and sing for the whole game is they love being at places like this again. I mean, it is remarkable, this league. Some of the giants that are in it seems a bit crazy and surreal sometimes that we are in it, but it's a unique league in that sense, that it is so divided between the clubs and the sides that are in it, and we've more than held our own, which is hugely encouraging and great success for us, and something to look forward to come and play at places like this next season. Obviously these are in the hunt to try and get out of it, along with another load of big clubs, but there's some big ones to play in it again next year, so it's something to look forward to.
Cheers, Mark, thanks for your time.
Thank you.